Sipping on some shine, sipping on some shine, sipping on some shine. Loving every minute 'cause I'm never.
What is going on, everybody? It's been a long time. Welcome back to another episode of Kayak TV. Tonight, again, guys, I'm sorry it's been so long. It's been crazy, holidays, all that stuff. It's no excuse. Super cold weather. I've tried fishing a couple times, freshwater, no salt water lately. And the luck has been pretty slim. So I haven't had much content to come up with you guys. And there's only I have a lot of things I can review for you, but I just don't know how long reviews, how many reviews you guys would like. Do you want how-to videos? Do you want gear reviews? Of course, I can only afford so much as far as gear. Again, I'm a minimalist. I have a lot of junk, but a lot of stuff I don't use. I can review my junk for you, but there's a reason it's junk. It's because it's not very beneficial. It's a waste of space, especially kayak fishing. But I'll tell you a couple things tonight that are not a waste of space. These are things that you should keep on your kayak at all times. At least these are what I keep on me. Some of them are safety items, and others are just, good things to have around. First thing, go with the good old fish grip. This is good, especially toothy fish, fish that can bite you. You kind of want to stay away from putting your fingers in their mouth. Bass, if you want to lip them, that's fine. Do whatever, but these are a good tool to have, and I want to say they're anywhere from 10 to 15 bucks. A couple different people make them. The original is the fish grip, and that's what I use. They're very good. Also, don't store these in the locked position. I'll be getting a new pair this summer because mine are losing strength. Leave them open whenever you store them. It's not to say they still won't hold fish, but with larger fish, I am worried about the holding strength as it's decreased. Alright, secondly, this is a product that is pretty good. There's one issue I have with it. I got to go with the company, and I hope maybe they can come up with a better, fix for it. This is the Boomerang Snips from Boomerang. It's a real simple idea. It's plastic cased. They store safe like that. They also open up and you can snip your line. They're very sharp, and they're good for cutting line. I've got mine on a lanyard, and they're great. A buddy of mine's didn't last very long. Mine, I've been washing them religiously after salt water, but hopefully you can see that's what it's already doing. They're rusting pretty good, and they're definitely not as smooth as they used to be. Good product if they can get a little bit better hardware. As far as internal components, I am having some problems with the retracting. It doesn't want to go quite all the way, and also the hardware. If they can upgrade that to something that'll hold up a little better, aluminum. I would imagine they're stainless, but aluminum would be better, I would think. If they could do that, that would be awesome. I also use this is the T-Rain that I used to keep all my goodies up to. It's real simple. I have not had any rust on that, which I'm very happy about. That has been here as long as those have been here, and no rust, and it's still very smooth. Good retraction even with the weight on it. I mean, it's not bad. It's good. No rusting at all. Everything's still smooth. It's awesome. I clip this to the little mesh pockets on my Outback, and that's that. So those are some things I recommend you keep on you. Also, pliers. This is probably my most used thing on my kayak. It's good for many tasks, but you've got to, you got to use these for different tasks, and you need them. I started out, I probably ended up going through 8 or 9 pair of pliers from Walmart, cheap steel pliers, before I finally bought a halfway decent set. These are Chinese made. I can't give you the name. I bought them off Amazon. They were like $18, I think. Still pretty good. If you can buy American, buy American. These were just too good of a deal to pass up at 18 bucks, and they're holding up good. They're spring loaded. They have a lanyard clip, and it's not rusting yet. The only area I've had a little bit of rust is on the inside right in here, and I imagine that's just surface rust. Again, these have been out a couple times in the salt, and they're still doing very good. And nice sharp cutters on them too. So highly recommend a good pair of aluminum pliers. Stainless steel, it does rust. So, next thing, bring yourself a watertight box, okay? I do not put my phone in here. I should. It's just I have a bigger one. I don't use it as much. I keep, in here, good thing to keep. Fishing license, a flashlight. That still works. A whistle. And also, something like some chapstick is not a bad thing to keep in there. Your wallet, any of those things, your keys are a good thing to keep in there. And you can attach that in the kayak. I just put mine right in the hole. Going on to the next thing. Again, I got another whistle, spare whistle. Sunscreen. Alright, here's something I've had to learn the hard way. I've always thought, I tan pretty easy. Well, whenever you get on the water and you're out in the middle of a lake, any body of water, the sun reflects so much more. So basically, put some sunscreen on, or cover your legs, cover your arms, cover your face up. Use some sun protection. The sun is terrible. It's bad on your skin, and the repercussions of not covering up. So, moving on. Alrighty. This is not the kit that I keep on my kayak, but many companies sell them. You can get them cheap. Buy them off Amazon. Anywhere. I've actually got one, that my job provided for me. It comes in a little bag. It's perfect for the kayak. A first aid kit. This is the one out of my truck. The other one's in my kayak right now, but I thought this was good enough for now. Keep a first aid kit. You never know what's going to happen out on the water. I mean, if you lose your arm, it's not going to help, but small injuries, which are quite common, dealing with toothy animals, hooks, sharp objects, any of that stuff. Keep a first aid kit. If you don't have it, you wish you did. The other thing to keep, make sure you got some rope on your kayak. This is good for a multitude of different things. I'm currently not running an anchor trolley off my kayak yet, so I use one of these, and sometimes I'll anchor out. We tie off to pylons. You can tie off to the bank, docks. Get somebody to pull you. Whatever you got to have. It's an invaluable. Keep a roll of rope on there, whether you never use it or not. This is not the one that this is some new line that I'll be putting on mine. This is floating. My old stuff is non-floating, which makes it tough for me to get around the pylons and tie off to them where sheep's head fishing and whatnot. So again, keep that. The other thing that always stays on my kayak is some 30-pound leader material. It's good for all kind of stuff. It's cheap. It's Berkeley Vanish. It's nothing crazy expensive. It stays on the kayak all the time. It's a good all around leader material, and it's good strong stuff. You could use it for a multitude of different things, I think. All right. Lastly, the thing you should always have on you. Actually, there's two things. A good PFD. If you don't have a PFD, you're playing with jeopardy. I used the NRS Chinook as of just recently. I'm waiting to get an on-the-water test with it. I've done one, but I'd like to do some more testing with it before I give you guys a review of it. I was using the Cabela's PFD with some mesh on it. Not too bad, but it made me really hot. I can already tell this one's going to be a lot better. I'm not going to talk too much about that because there will be a video coming on that once I get a little bit more seat time with it. Alright, the last thing I have is my VisiCarbon pole. Early in the morning, late in the evening, crossing big lakes with high boat traffic, intercoastal waterway, honestly anytime. I don't use it all the time like I should because I fish a lot of smaller bodies of water. I'm about 2 hours from the coast, so I hit a lot of smaller lakes, small ponds, so I'm not dealing with bass boaters a lot of the time flying by at 80 mile, not 80 mile an hour, but cruising on by quick. See, a good light pole is super important. Now I've got that up top right now. I'm not going to drag it down for this. Anybody who's been around the YakTak VisiCarbon pole, it's expensive. It's a good product. You can make your own for a lot less. Is it going to be as good? Probably so. So yeah, have a light, have a flag, have something to make yourself visible, stand out on the water. Especially me. I have a camouflage Hobie Outback, and I'm already at a disadvantage. Thinking back some, I wish I would have maybe gone with a yellow papaya, whatever, gone with a brighter color to be seen a little bit more visibly. That's why I have an orange vest and an orange flag flying off the back. The last thing is, especially if you're going offshore or even inshore or whatever, is a VHF radio. I'm planning on getting one of those soon. I'll be doing my first offshore trip this year. I plan on fishing the North Carolina Kayak Fishing Association, the King Mackerel tournament, or the offshore division. So that's going to be my first go at that. It's going to be my first time BTB, Beyond the Breakers. So I'm looking forward to it, and the VHF radio will definitely be coming along for that. So guys, again, that's some basic things I carry along with me. Some safety items, some items that are great to have, not necessarily necessary, but they're good to have. I'd say it's a good basis. Don't go overboard and buy too much junk. Keep it simple, and that's all you need. Alright guys, again, this is Brewyak TV. Out. Alright guys, thanks for checking out the video. Again, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and we'll see you next video.